Alright, so what's up everyone now, welcome back to the channel. Now today I'm going to be going over my overall feedback for the Call of Duty Vanguard Beta. Now I did a video similar to this at the start of the beta where I talked about my initial thoughts and impressions, and most of the stuff on here I did talk about, a good portion of it in that video. But there is some more stuff that I do want to talk about. I want to expand on that video, and some other things that I picked up over the weekend I want to talk about in today's video. Now, just before we get into today's video, if you are new around here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. When Vanguard comes out, I plan on uploading daily content as I go for the Mastery Camo. We did just previously do a video on the Mastery Camos, and it looks like it's going to be a really good grind. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm also planning, I've got a good amount of content planned in between now and Vanguard's launch, which is around about a month and a bit away, including a overall Cold War review, which I'm planning on releasing a week or two before Vanguard's release. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. But without the way, let's just get straight into the video. So I'm going to start off with the pros of the beta, things that I liked. Now, naturally, I'm going to spend more time on the cons as opposed to the pros. Not only because I think there are more cons, but naturally, I'm going to be spending more time on it since I'm going to be talking more in depth about the cons. Whereas with the pros, I'm just going to be saying this was good. Without the way, let's just get right into it. Now, the pros, the first thing I want to say, the graphics. The graphics look incredible in this game. The game looks so colourful. It reminds me of Black Ops 3. The colours are beautiful on it. The lighting looks amazing. I play on the Series X, just so you know. The lighting looks great. The weather effects on the map really bring the maps to life, and I love that. I think it looks phenomenal. And just the overall graphical fidelity, it seems to be an improvement on Modern Warfare, I would say. I know it is in the Modern Warfare engine, but like they did say, it seems they've done some modifications and improvements across the board to make the game look a lot better, which I think looks incredible, so good job. Next up is the feel for the game. It feels almost identical to Modern Warfare in terms of movement, gunplay, which is a great thing. I would argue that it feels like Modern Warfare with a World War II skin. I know some people would argue that it does have its own feel, but I would say I'd say the feel is more so derived from the looks as opposed to the actual feel of the game, like the movement and stuff. But that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing. Modern Warfare feels and looks phenomenal, so good stuff. Next up is the gunsmith. I wouldn't say this is as good as Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare was the perfect gunsmith, but it's definitely better than Cold War's lazy copy and paste system that just makes no sense. The benefits and trade-offs in this game make a lot more sense as opposed to Cold War, but I don't think the system is as good as Modern Warfare, and we're going to talk more about the gunsmith later on. The maps we had access to in the beta: Eagle's Nest, Hotel Royal, and Gavutu are the 3 of the 4 maps that I liked. Eagle's Nest, I think, is the best map in the beta. The 3 lanes, the sort of verticality, not so much. The destructible environments, the size, everything about it was just really fun to play on. Hotel Royal, I really like the verticality on this map. It makes it feel really unique, and the spawns, although it can be a little bit cancerous on this map, I think overall this map is an enjoyable experience. And Gavutu is a bit of a mixed bag, but overall I'll give it a positive review just because it looks so damn good. I wouldn't play this map on 6v6, but anything above 8v8, 10v10, this map is good. Also, the pacing options are great. I wish you could only choose 1 or 2. I know that the quick play thing is more of a preference, so the matchmaking sort of tailors towards what you choose, but I wish you could only choose Blitz or only choose Blitz and Assault or something like that. I know that could split the player base up. I know you guys are thinking that, but I don't think it should be too much of an issue considering how many people will probably just choose all. And we've seen worse. I mean, we used to have map packs, you know. We got through it then. I'm sure we can get through it now. And finally, Patrol is a good mode. I don't think it's great or the best game mode ever, but I think it's a good mode. It shouldn't replace Hardpoint, but I would definitely say it's a good alternative. Now, on to the negatives of this beta. I just want to preface this by saying I'm not being a hater when I talk about this. I have been playing this franchise for over a decade. I talk from passion when I talk about these things. I don't say it just to be, you know, a hater. I say it because I want the game to improve, and I genuinely think it could be an amazing COD if they look at things and amend them. So I just want to get that out of the way because I've seen a lot of talk online about, you know, content creators just being haters and just hating on the game, but we'll move on from that. So the first thing is the time to kill feels a bit inconsistent. I think this is, I think we've sort of solved the problem now. This is headshot multipliers. You can sometimes die in just like 2 bullets, like an STG or a bar. But at the same time, if you use something like a Sten, it takes like 6 bullets. You don't even kill them sometimes. So I just think they need to adjust the headshot multipliers there. 10 attachments on guns is just way too much in my opinion. It's overwhelming to sort of think about. You know, you have all of these attachment slots and all of these things sort of balance between all these different things. It's just way too much to think about, especially for a very casual player. And another thing I don't like about it as well as the main thing, there's sort of no trade-off to taking attachments. So in Modern Warfare, for example, you'd have to think about, are the iron sights good enough to take a sight? If they are, then I don't need to use a sight. But if they're not good enough, then I need to use a sight, which means I have to sacrifice a point elsewhere. But in this game, it's sort of just, you know, just vomit on your gun. You know, you just vomit 10 attachments on it, and you're done. It's just dumb, I think. It just makes everything a god gun, and I also think it could be a nightmare of balancing, but we'll have to wait for the full game to see without that. Certain ammo types like Incendiary, and I'm pretty sure Explosive does exist. I don't know if I'm being crazy or not. I'm pretty sure Explosive does exist, but if it doesn't, then ignore me. But Incendiary rounds, they just need to stay on shotguns, maybe even snipers. I just think it's really stupid that you can run around with an Incendiary Tommy gun. I just think that's absurd. Red Star is cancer. It's cancer. I know a lot of people have been talking about Red Star, so I'm going to make this quick. I had a proper rant in my previous beta thoughts video, but this map is shit. It's way too big, way too open, way too many power positions. It's just boring. You know, you could have 24v24 on it, and it's still a slow, campy standoff. It's not fun, and I don't ever want to play this map as long as I live, unless I'm going for long shots, in which case it's a great map. Armor has no place in standard multiplayer whatsoever. I don't know why they keep bringing back Armor. Every time Armor is in a multiplayer, we get pissed off, and I'm getting pissed off just talking about it. I know that the charge up time is slow. I know that it only gives you around about 50 HP, which is still quite a lot, considering that's half of your health. But even so, I think it's ridiculous that Armor keeps coming back, and it needs to go. Just get rid of it. It has no place whatsoever. I don't know why they keep bringing it back, but fuck it off. I know it's probably too late to get rid of it now, but for future, fucking get rid of Armor. It's shit. A list of things that they need to just straight up delete as well alongside Armor. The tack sprint delay after sliding needs to go. I've talked about this where there's just like you slide and then you try and tack sprint to do a slide cancel, then go into a tack sprint. And this is really weird delay. They just need to get rid of that. Suppression needs to go. Why they thought this is a good mechanic, I have no idea. Trying to slow down the pace of the game when it's good enough already, dumb idea. The flying animations when you spawn in, so you spawn like at a bird's eye view of the map and then you fly in, is not only it just slows down the pace of the game, but it can also be an unfair advantage. I know that once in the beta, at least once, this happened in Modern Warfare as well. I've had a bird's eye view of the map. I've seen someone running towards where I'm about to spawn, and I just kill them because of some dumb animation. It just needs to go. I just want to see it gone. The sprint out time is way too slow. I know Exclusive Ace has talked about this quite a lot, but the sprint out time is way too slow. It just punishes you for moving around and rushing. They need to make it a lot quicker. The announcer talks a lot. Captain Butcher. Now, I could actually accept this if he gave useful information, but most of the time he's just screaming at you about, you know, what kind of kill you got, which I do like him. I think he's a fun character to have. He reminds me of the announcer from Modern Warfare, the UK one, because they're obviously both British and have this sort of like I don't know, just this sort of attitude to them, I guess. I don't really know. But I do think he can be funny where he's like, bloodthirsty! But it's just kind of annoying when he doesn't call in, like, he doesn't say, oh, there's a glide bomb, guys, because then you get blown up. And you have no idea unless you look at the map, so I don't mind how much he talks, it's just more so what he says. No factions is stupid for a World War II game. The whole premise of World War II is Allies versus Axis, and the fact that you could have Russians and Nazis on the same team is just, it's so dumb. I mean, not only is it logically flawed, I know this isn't supposed to be the most realistic thing ever. I mean, come on, it's COD, but I know there's a lot of issues where people will see an operator that could be on their team. Let's say you have two Polinas, then you might think, oh wait, but that's not an enemy, that's my teammate, and then you don't shoot them, then they just shoot you. I've never experienced that personally, but it's something that can happen. Bring back map voting and make the minimap work the way it should. We've been complaining about this since Modern Warfare 2019. Why do you bring this back? And last but finally not least, blind fire and mounting. Blind fire is one of the most pointless inclusions to a COD game ever. It's up there with leaning from Ghost. It's honestly just so... I've never even been killed. I've never killed anyone with blind fire or who is trying to blind fire. I have never seen anyone even attempt to blind fire. Why they put so much effort and emphasis on this, I have no idea. Moving while mounting is dumb. I mean, we're going to get to a point in like 5 years time where you can do literally anything you want from mounting. You could probably control a gunship while also being mounted at the same time. It's just, why? Why are we buffing something that's already OP? Like, I would argue mounting is OP because you sit there and your recoil is significantly decreased, and now you can also move while doing it as well. So I just think it's kind of dumb. Now, in fairness, both of these mechanics were kind of obsolete in the beta. I didn't see many people mounting. I didn't see many people blind firing, or anyone blind firing, actually. Yeah, there was that odd person who would camp in spawn mounted up, but realistically, I don't think these are going to be as big of issues in this game because it's Sledgehammer. They make quick-paced games. So I think that being said, they're sort of going to ignore these features. They probably just were forced to add these features in for Warzone because obviously mounting is a part of Warzone and Activision want to kind of blur the lines between multiplayer and Warzone. So they probably were forced to put this in. I wouldn't be surprised. So that's going to do it for all of my thoughts on the Call of Duty Vanguard Beta. Now, I'm going to give this a score. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to give the Vanguard Beta a score. And my score for it is 7 out of 10. I would say I'm having a lot of fun with the... Well, I've had a lot of fun with the game because it's ended, obviously. But I know there are a lot more cons than pros, and I spent a lot more time on the cons. But those are small criticisms that I think could greatly improve this game. I mean, I think this game is pretty much just what Modern Warfare should have been. It's just a quicker paced Modern Warfare, and that makes the game so much better. And I just think... I don't know, I just really like this game. I'm looking forward to the camo grind, and I'm hoping, unlike Cold War, they can keep my interest out the entire year. And if down the line of Vanguard I end up saying that the game is boring, I don't like it, remember this quote, remember this time where I was really hopeful that the game will be a lot of fun. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. So thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe if you are new around here. Let me know down in the comments what you think of Vanguard. Do you like it? Are there some things that you don't like so much? Did you agree with what I said or did you disagree? Let me know in the comments. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one.